Hey, what's up, guys? It's Straw Hat Ninja 89 here to actually do this video of a long time coming. And for all you bronies out there, you know what particular video I'm talking about. You know, since I pretty much talked about this for over months since the season 3 ended around February. Now, I was technically going to get to that. I was technically going to get to this video a little bit past that in the spring. And then I said, okay, probably summer, but now it's fucking fall, and season 4 is approaching upon us. So here we are at last. And what other way to actually explain this? If you already know what this is already, then it's time for us to get started with this long-awaited video. And this camera is pissing me off. Right, with the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 3 overview. And fuck you, camera, suck it. I hate this camera sometimes. Really do. But anyways, let's get started on that. So this is going to be my own personal overview of this. There's also going to be a score and shit like that on my final score of rating between episodes, character development, animation, songs, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. Now, this may not be a very long video due to the fact that, obviously, Season 3 only had 13 episodes. So this particular video shouldn't be too long, but I'm going to try my best. So without further ado, let's get started with this. And what I'm going to be going play by play here is the episodes, which I'm gonna do overviews on the episodes, not like entirety of the episodes, but you know what the premise of the plots were and shit like that. Then I'm also gonna be talking about how the story progression went, how character development went, animation, songs, voice acting, etc., etc. So let's get started. So I'm going to be comparing this season premiere to the season 2 premiere. Now, people keep comparing this to the season 2 finale, which I will also compare that to that, but I'm also going to start with the season 2 premiere first. Now, the difference between this and season 2's season premiere was that with season 2, it was basically focused on Discord causing all this chaos and Twilight's friends to go against her, and Twilight has to figure out how to change the spell back from her friends from being the complete opposite from what they were. And the season 3 premiere, however, it was more of like an adventurous plot. Like, it wasn't just all just Ponyville being corrupted in chaos from the evil Discord. Like, basically, it was just an adventure plot to go and explore like new areas and shit like that, to expand the universe, which is MOP. Instead of just focusing on one single setting, they decided to go above and beyond, and to expand more of the universe, the world, I should say, not the universe, more like the world. And it's like, holy shit, that's good. That's good shit. That's actually pretty good. So you go leaps and bounds on what other places that we haven't discovered yet in the series. So that's actually pretty good. So when it comes to that, the plot premise, and then the plot this time around, was that the Crystal Empire has to be restored. The Crystal Empire has to be restored by the magic of healing of, only Twilight's the only one that can resurrect the Crystal Empire and save the Crystal Ponies from slavery. Otherwise, dark magic will actually take over. So again, it has that similarity from like what season 2 premiere had, sort of. Well, actually no, because nobody went against Twilight, so this is kind of different, because this is actually more of, they have to get to a certain destination this time around, and they have to like perform spells and stuff like that. It kind of has the same premise, but like not really, because this time around it involves more of a quest. It's more like a quest than like basically just like a mystery like what season 2 is, like, you know, how to change everything back. So that's pretty much, that's all it really was to it for season 2. With this, it's more like, okay, we need to get to this destination, you know, we need to do this and this and that. While you do that, I have to go to this castle, this palace, and I have to go and find the Crystal Heart before Sombra does and shit like that. And that's pretty much how it went. Now, when it comes to story, how this season 3 premiere actually started, it actually started out really good, to be honest. In my personal opinion, it started out really, really good. I mean, it wasn't like mindfuckery like the season 2 finale was. That was a big big yo, like season 3, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like what the hell? But here it's actually, straightforward, but the way, when it comes to adventure, I love the adventure. I love adventure settings, and this actually did a really great job with that, because I love how it just doesn't involve Ponyville this time or whatever. It involves more of a different kind of location, kind of like with the season 2 finale, what they did. So again, I really love how they go a step and beyond from that, and I really like that. I really like that a lot. So when it comes to the actual adventure setting, I liked it. I actually did like the adventure setting. It was actually really nice, something different from the premieres. And the way it actually started out was more of a shock value. And again, what I really loved about the season premiere, but between seasons 1 and 2, was that it didn't start out normal. Like, it didn't start like it's a beautiful day in Ponyville, then all of a sudden, holy shit, it's a beautiful day in Ponyville and stuff like that, and then like it doesn't get to the whole dramatic thing until like later on. But here, it already starts with something important. Like, it comes to the beginning, Princess Celestia is just the troll queen, just chilling, doing her thing. And then we see one of the royal guards is like, it has returned. And it's like, it started out so dramatic. It's like, yeah, wow, this is really different compared to what the other seasons actually did. So that's actually really nice. Okay, how was the season? Okay. Now, was this season 3 premiere any good? Was it better than the season 2 premiere or the season 2 finale? Okay, I'll say this. I would say I liked it and all, but when it comes to better between those two, I wouldn't say it's better than the season 2. What was it? The season 2. I wouldn't say it's better than the whole. Well, maybe when it comes to the season 2 premiere, maybe I kind of liked it better because of like how. Well, actually, no, scratch that. When it comes to I like the premiere of season 3, but I can't say it's better than the season 2 or season 2's premiere and the finale. Like, I can't really say that. While this was actually pretty damn good, it did have some of its flaws, like some of its plot holes. Like, one, they didn't really have too much time. Like, the way that the way they set it up, where the Crystal Empire, there wasn't really a lot of backstory. I mean, only a little bit was heard of from when Princess Celestia was telling Twilight what's going down. But really, not a lot was synced in. And, then we didn't get any more explanation of why the fuck is Cadance the Crystal Princess. I was like, what? Like, what the hell? Like seriously? Like, alright. But, other than that, they didn't have certain time to explain certain things. Again, was kind of a bit cut off. They could have done a lot better in explaining a lot more about the Crystal Empire and all that, but instead they really focused more on trying to get the point A to point B pretty much, and which to me that's kind of a shame. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, we could have gotten a lot. I mean, we did get some history, here and there. I mean, we did learn more stuff. But it seemed like it was a bit too rushed, which was saying. Like, we didn't too much. There was a lot of confusion going on and stuff like that. There was a big confusion when it comes to this whole history of the Crystal Empire. And not only that, they still haven't explained how the hell Twilight Sparkle knows that freaking little dark voodoo shit that that went on when she did that dark energy spell thingy where she unlocked the door and shit. I'm like, okay, again, how the fuck do you learn this shit? You only saw Princess Celestia do it once. But, some things here and there that weren't really explained all too well. And, one last thing too, the villain. Which was a fucking joke. I mean, King Sombra, really, I mean, there was no point to this guy whatsoever. What I don't like was the goddamn motherfucking villain, King Sombra. This dude was a huge disappointment. This dude was like, what the fuck was the point of putting this motherfucker in the goddamn story when he has no relevance? He has no relevance. Just that he's the main villain and he's the evil bad guy, the corporation. We must stop him. Like, What the fuck? What does he do? Like, what powers? I mean, what? I know he's trying. He sucks up the darkness and shit like that. But oh god, my camera freeze is fantastic. So anyways, yeah, King Sombra, I'm supposed, well, I do know that he's supposed to get all the crystals that are gathered inside the Crystal Empire and suck out all the life out from the Crystal Ponies and use them as slaves. I mean, I know what his powers are supposed to do, but the way he was presented was like, what the hell? He had no dialogue, he had no fucking purpose, he only showed up, like, here and there. That's all he showed up. This dude had a badass design. This dude was a straight up badass design. Loved his goddamn design. It was fucking awesome. This dude was like, I was hyped up for this motherfucker. I'm like, yes, let's go, let's do this shit. But no, what the fuck happens? Crystals. Crystals. Ah, the light, the power, friendship, it burns. It's like, oh, no, man. Fuck. What I mean, God. The thing was is that he had like no time to explain himself. It was like he's there for 1 second, about to like, no. We see him one time where Twilight and the gang are pretty much in that snow area where they find Shiny Armor. Twily! They find him, and then he comes out of nowhere. And I mean, I will admit the battle between him, even though it was a little short between Shiny Armor and King Sombra, I will admit it was a bit short, but that was kind of cool because we see, Shiny Armor doing his thing. Like, he's like zapping his fucking spells, like, yeah, like now what? And then Sombra's like, he just takes that shit and he's like, fucking firing his laser. Oh, yeah, I hate you camera so much. I hate this thing. I really try to get a new camera or something. Anyways, so it was just crazy. It was pretty cool. Like, again, loved his design, badass shit. But what I didn't like was, again, he had no time as a character to develop in this actual like season premiere. Like, you feel me? Like, he wasn't like relevant. He wasn't really more of explained character. Like, what's his purpose? What's his motive? Why does he want crystals? Why is he a cracked added crystal motherfucker? Why does he want this shit? So that's the thing I didn't get. Why they didn't explain that? So it's like, what the hell? Like I didn't get that like one bit. Hold on, so I'm stopping here. Like, all he was there was just literally just crystals. Like, what is he, fucking Nemesis from Resident Evil? Stars. Like, oh, what the hell, dude? So then we see him again, his big old fart cloud, yeah, the fucking fart cloud. Like, his darkness, like, he's trying to be like a fucking Blackbeard, like, wannabe, like, sorry, King of Lightning, but I fucking love, Blackbeard is the shit. I will admit, Blackbeard's a fucking awesome Yoko. Yo, man, why am I comparing One Piece to fucking MLP? What the hell? Then again, you see references of that everywhere now when you see fucking like photos and DeviantArt and shit. Anyways, getting on topic, trying to be like Blackbeard with his fucking darkness. What am I, Charlie Murphy? Anyways, so again, he breaks his horn like, my horn's broken. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, do something epic, do something cool. The only kind of cool thing he did was like at the end and shit, where he formed out more, and his head was like this, and he was like swirling, trying to get the spike. Oh man, yo man. And then again, that's all. It's like, what? And then like all the ponies, like the way this guy died was like, oh, it's over. It's ridiculous. It was like, they gathered up. Now, this was my favorite part. They gathered up all the fucking energy from the Crystal Empire, made it into like a goddamn like ball, a goddamn spirit bomb. Like a goddamn spirit bomb. Just like, yeah. And then it comes out, and then it fucking nukes Sombra. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, that shit was fucking yo, man, that was ridiculous. That was fucking overkill, man. Alright, so that's like moving on from the negatives. Well, the positives I did like were the animation was actually really top notch. Love the animation. Voice acting always good, of course. Um, well, besides that, story plot wise was pretty damn good. I mean, it could have been a little more better explained, but pretty damn good. I actually liked it. Yeah. Then besides that, some of the songs were kind of cool. I mean, the only song I kind of liked was the Battle of the Crystal Empire, or I believe that's what it's called. The one where it's like, "Oh, we have to make this," where da 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 da. That song I kind of liked because it had this like winter wrap up theme mixed in with it, sort of. The other song, I wasn't prepared for was kind of it was kind of okay. Was really not into it. I mean, granted, Spike can really sing. I'm not gonna lie. Spike has a really high voice. I'm not gonna lie about that. But other than that, I didn't care for that song too much because I seen that kind of shit before. Anyways, the only song I liked was the second song they did, the Battle of the Crystal Empire. The comedy was actually really funny. They had a lot of good funny moments. I like how like Pinky kind of looks like one of like the pyros from like TF2. There's a bunch of internet meme references and shit like that in there. Like it's not even funny. Again, the action was actually really good. I love the action. My other favorite part was when like Sombra, when Sombra, no, not Sombra. When Twilight and Spike were in that little crystal palace, and then they get into this like illusion room, and then like we see like Princess Celestia saying like you failed the test. Then you see like everything like she's like freaking out and shit. I'm like, dude, yo, that was crazy. And same thing with Spike, but it's like, where the hell did Spike go? Like, I didn't even see like a vision of that. So that again, I have to give a little points off because like, what happened with Spike, man? I want to know. But whatever. So that was really good. Shiny Armor throwing his wife. That shit was that made my fucking day. It's like, oh, I'll give it high points now because that shit was actually pretty awesome. Like he just threw his wife. Rose his wife. I'm like, dude, what are you, a wife like a wife abuser now? It's fucking crazy, dude. So yeah, so that was my favorite parts. Like again, like there were a lot of really good moments, like a lot of positives outweigh the negatives. But other than that, I wouldn't say it's like much incredibly better than the season 2 finale, especially, that craziness, man. Oh, yo, Changelings, where you at, man? That shit was awesome. So, again, I gave this episode review. I don't remember the score when I gave it last year when I reviewed it. I might have given it like a 9, but I might have done it down like an 8.5 after that because, well, I was actually, I like 8.5. 8.5 wasn't so bad. Now, I could have given it just like an 8 out of 10, or maybe just like an 8 out of 10. Or in this case, maybe like a 4 out of 5 would have been kind of alright. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good for the beginning. Then we go to the third episode, and I'm going to stop it here because my camera's being annoying. Alright, sorry about that. Anywho's, so what was I saying again? Oh yeah, right. Now the next thing is the third episode, which was Too Many Pinkie Pies. Very awesome episode. Love the plot line, especially with Pinkie Pie, cloning herself. Just Pinkie Pie being Pinkie Pie, the fourth wall being broken. Prepare your anus. A lot of positives in an episode. I really liked how the development of Pinkie Pie was also somewhat there with Pinkie Pie. Somewhat there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the character development. How to go with season premiere. Twilight Sparkle did get some pretty good development, especially when it comes to her spells and her techniques and stuff like that. And also, she learned a very important lesson of self-sacrifice, which very deep, very dark, very deep lesson. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty good. So Twilight Sparkle gained points. She gained character development. As for the other characters in that episode, I don't think that's not that much. Surprisingly, it's a shame, but not that much. Only Twilight and Spike were the only ones that kind of got like a boost up in character development. Now, when it comes to this episode, Pinkie Pie got somewhat character development. When it comes to, her trying to decide to choose between her friends and stuff like that, like which one she should go with and stuff like that. So there was some character development between Pinkie Pie. Even it was somewhat there because, Pinkie Pie is still Pinkie Pie is Pinkie Pie because there's really nothing else you can fucking say about it. Her cloning herself and that like puddle thing, and then she has all those clones saying fun, 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 like causing chaos in Ponyville. Very good stuff, especially the ending where like they're all watching the paint dry. Then there's one scene where it's like, bet you can't make a face crazier than this, and it's like the horrible G3 face Easter egg thing. That was actually pretty funny. A lot of Fort Wall bringing like, look what I could do with my hooves. She grew like fingers. That shit was fucking hilarious. A lot of good things. I can't say anything negative about it then. It wasn't really annoying or anything like that. I thought it was a pretty funny episode. So, pretty good stuff. I liked it. I don't remember the score, but again, whatever. Then we go to episode 4, which was I'm trying to remember what the fuck episode 4 was. Oh, Babseed. Babseed was it was a decent episode. Decent to okay. Okay, Babseed. It was kind of decent. A decent little bullying type episode, which again could have been handled a lot better. But I'm gonna give it a pass because again, we got another new character into the group. We got Babseed, which is pretty much just like this Apple Bloom's cousin, who's pretty much like she was bullied herself within the homes of Manhattan. In Manhattan, she was pretty much like she had to transfer schools a whole bunch of times because she was being bullied, she was being made fun of, and shit like that. And so she decided to do like what they try to do and learn from them, and be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be the badass and shit like that. I'm gonna be the bully, and whatever." So it's just one of those like typical bully episodes. And again, the Cutie Mark Crusaders, they're not bad characters, but it's like, it's like after a while. I mean, granted, we only have 13 episodes, and you're using on a Cutie Mark Crusaders like thing. I don't mind the Cutie Mark Crusaders, don't get me wrong, but there's so many times where there's so many episodes I can count where they try the same thing, try to get their cutie marks, it doesn't work out. But again, I'll give it to a decent to okay episode. It wasn't really so bad. Another one of my favorites, episode 5, the Magic Duel. Loved it. And again, more character development with Twilight Sparkle and Trixie. Trixie returns. She battles Twilight because she got this like amulet from this shop, not the thrift shop, but an actual shop. Like she ain't gonna go pop no tags, and she's got like a lot of bits in her pocket. Oh wow, that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, so what happens is she gets it, and she challenges her to a magic duel to see which is the better, higher magical unicorn. If she wins, she stays in Ponyville, or someone loses, they have to leave Ponyville. So what happens is, Twilight Sparkle, she tries to do an aid spell because Trixie did it, and of course she fails, and then she gets kicked out of Ponyville with the force field and all that. So again, when it comes to Twilight Sparkle, it was more character development because of training. She went to Sakura for some tips on how to think she can defeat Trixie in her own game, so she decided to do some training with Sakura. That was actually pretty cool how she meditated. Like, I like the whole training process where she's meditating in the water. And the animation for that was very beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Very beautiful animation. The duel between her and Trixie was actually pretty damn awesome. It was also pretty funny, too, at the same time. There was also some bit of comedy to it, which I liked as well. Granted, it was a pretty good episode. Were there any negatives to the episode? I don't really think so, to be honest. I can't really think of anything negative about that episode I really hated about it, or disliked about it. Other than that, no, I can't really think of... Well, actually, wait. One thing, and that would be the fact that Trixie kind of seemed more like a dictator than an actual, like, show-off. Like, remember in Season 1 where she was more like a show-off? Here she's more like a dictating bitch. So I'm like, why? Just why? So, the one negative I will say about it, though, one problem is that she seemed more of an evil dictator, and too over cocky, or as Zubu would say, you're getting cocky. love Toriko. But granted, like I said, she got a little bit too cocky for her own good, and she pretty much just got overwhelmed, yada yada yada, and she seemed again more like a dictator than like her usual self. So I guess that's a little bit of an off thing, but other than that, I really enjoyed the episode a lot. Besides that, other than that, that's really all I could say about it. Episode 6. Another one of my favorites, Sleepless in Ponyville. Great episode for not just for Scootaloo's character development, but also Rainbow Dash's character development as well when it comes to bonding with an actual sister. And not to mention we get more. Okay, a really good episode, but the problem I think I had with it was that the whole Luna thing. It's like the whole Luna at the beginning could have been explained rather than saving towards the middle and the end. Like, the way they did Luna wasn't bad or anything, but again, they could have done it in a better sense instead of just like leaving it at the beginning to see like, what the fuck, why is Luna there? Like, you thought it was just some like Easter egg, then all of a sudden she just randomly decides to pop into people's dreams, which I guess is kind of a character development for Luna as well, because now she can actually do that now and go into people's dreams. But again, how did we fucking know this from the beginning? She never said anything about going inside Pony's dreams. I'm guessing this is something new, so that's not so bad. So again, Luna being there was like, I don't know if Luna was really necessary to be there, but actually, no. Correction. It was necessary. Because if it wasn't for Luna, she wouldn't be able to stand up to her fear the most. So, you know what? Scratch the negative. Because Luna being there actually helped. Because it helped Scootaloo actually get her confidence up to not be afraid anymore. So that was actually pretty good. So, pretty good episode, not gonna lie. A lot of good character development. Comedy, the pacing wasn't so bad either. There were a lot of good comedy moments. A lot of moments, not just from the ending, but also this one scene where Sweetie Belle had that face, like, no, why? So, again, a pretty damn good episode. Loved it, one of my favorites. Same with this next episode, episode 7, Wonderbolt Academy. Loved the episode a lot. Again, boosting more character development towards Rainbow Dash when it comes to her being in the Wonderbolts Academy. You know, while she learns the most advice, she really gets more development when it comes to working as a team and stuff like that. Granted, you know, it wasn't really her fault. It was the teammate that she had was pretty much being a douchebag. And then we get Commander Spitfire. Yeah, when the fuck did... Again, that wasn't explained. How the fuck is she a goddamn... Why? That didn't make any sense. I'm like, wait, why is she a freaking drill sergeant? What the fuck? So that threw me off right there. But anyways, it was a really nice dedication to the whole military. Not just military for fighters, but also for military brony. So again, pretty good episode. Not so bad. Character development was pretty there. The only thing that let me in a loop was the ending. The ending was the only thing that let me in for a loop. So what, is Rainbow Dash in now? Is she gonna go there for a pretty damn good while on some of her days off or something? Or what? I mean, not days off, but you get what I'm saying. So what does that lead up to? So again, that was the only problem. A little thing that the ending led me for a loop. Oh, and one more thing. Pinkie Pie in this episode was a bit hilarious at first, then became kind of annoying at the end, which was kind of a big problem for me. But other than that, I had no problems with it. So again, not too many problems. So again, good stuff. Episode 8, Apple Family Reunion. I thought it was a decent episode, not so bad. We did get some character development for Applejack, I will say, especially when it comes to her. When it comes to, you know, family and stuff like that, she has to learn what's really most important. Instead of just, like, forcing people to have fun, she should basically just, you know, go with the flow and have fun herself. Instead of just, like, forcing other people to do what, you know, has to be done. Just let them have a good time. Let them do what they've been doing for years. You don't have to change the family tradition or anything like that. Just go with the flow and have fun instead of changing everything and screwing it up. So, there are some problems here and there that were, like, kind of whatever. But when it comes to character development towards Applejack, I can't complain. She did finally get some character development in this episode. And especially when it comes to her developing as, you know, not just, you know, forcing people to do whatever, just, be yourself and have fun, and pretty much, like, don't try to force it on others, just try to do your own thing and have fun, instead of forcing other people to do what you want to do to have fun. I wish I could say the same thing about fanboys and fangirls, but that's besides the point. I thought it was a decent, family episode, just in time for the holidays, so whatever. Episode 9. Episode fucking 9. Spike at your service. It's... well, to be fair, it was okay. Oh no, I'm thinking of another episode. Another okay episode. Not so bad. Applejack, character development wise, it was high there, but not really. Kind of was there, sort of, kind of. Spike's character development, though, I will say, kind of boosted up a bit, just a tiny bit, with the episode. However, I wish I could say the same thing about the other last couple fucking episodes, but I'm gonna get to that in a bit. It wasn't so bad of an episode. I mean, granted, after Applejack saves Spike's life, she pretty much becomes attendant to, pretty much become, like, the servant dragon, meaning to actually serve her and stuff like that, because that's part of Spike's dragon code. And basically, it's just Spike causing all these antics, trying to help out, but failing at it and stuff like that. Granted, that's pretty much, there were some comedy moments here and there were some funny moments, but nothing really too bedazzled me of being a really good episode. It was just kind of, it's a whatever episode, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. Episode 10, Keep Calm and Flutter On. This episode was actually pretty good. A lot of people, though, had great, oh god. This episode I really liked a lot, because a lot of people had complaints about Discord being good and shit like that. But to be fair, it actually gave not just only character development towards Discord, it gave character development towards Fluttershy as well as a character. Developing her and making sure that, in order for her to be comfortable with someone, she has to let them be themselves and see how they react to it. And also, she also knows that, you have to make sure that you respect what your friends' decisions are and stuff like that, instead of basically becoming a jerk and not respecting them and doing, as you please on not helping them. Other than that, when it comes to the character development between Discord and Fluttershy, it was actually very good. It actually was. At first, again, a lot of people didn't like the episode too much because of him becoming good and shit like that. But in a way, if you think about it, this could turn out something to be kind of interesting. Like, what if he's actually good? And what could he possibly do? Like, maybe with his magic being, used for good. No, a little mostly evil, but good. Maybe now he's able to actually do something that can help out them in the future. Maybe if there's like a new powerful threat, Discord can now be relevant as a character to help out. And I like Discord as a villain, actually. I mean, granted now he's a good guy, but whatever. Discord is still a pretty good character. Whether villain or good guy, whatever, he's still a pretty awesome character. He also got some pretty funny, hilarious moments. There's these references for like Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that. Not to mention, what else? Pretty much it's trying to let Discord mellow down with Fluttershy and trying to be, comfortable and stuff like that. Like, Fluttershy pretty much wants to make sure that he's in the most comfortable position, stuff like that. Like, trying to make sure to, to be friends with her and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out that quite good at first, but then at the very end, where he got the feels, says that he'll lose one friend that he, truly loves. And, yeah, so that part was actually pretty nice. That was actually pretty cool. Other than that, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't think I've really seen any negatives for the episode that I can, really know about. Other than that, I think that's really it, really, to be honest. I thought it was actually a pretty good episode all around, so I can't really complain too much about that. And, of course, seeing Discord trolling is absolutely awesome to me, so I can't help it. The Troll King, baby. Too awesome for words. Next, we're going to go to episode, 11? Fuck! This is where Spike's character fucking pissed me off. Episode fucking 11. This episode was shitty. Shitty as fuck. Shitty. It's just Spike being a fucking crack addict for jewels and shit. Like, we haven't seen this shit before back in the past. We dragon greed. And again, they keep bringing the whole dragon greed this and dragon greed that. And it's like, dude, we get it. Move the fuck on. We get this shit already. We know this shit, Hasbro. We know this already. Shitty episode. Did not like it. It's just Spike being a greedy dick, being an asshole, and pretty much just trying to take care of pets. That's it. However, Angel was pretty hilarious, pretty funny in the episode, and I think them having the Cutie Mark Crusaders in the episode was kind of a little nice touch. There was some moments here and there that were kind of funny, but other than that, fuck Spike. Just fuck this character, man. I swear to God. Spike. Oh my gentle Jesus, mother of Joseph. This motherfucker didn't learn a goddamn thing in this episode. Because then at the end, he was still a greedy goddamn prick. And that's what really pissed me off about episode 11. It was like, just what the fuck? I want to take a shotgun and be like, yo, fuck you. And then just like end it. It's like, what the hell? So, fuck that. Shitty episode. Don't need to go on. Spike's character didn't boost. It went down. And out. Oh man. So yeah. Episode 12 was just a recap of what happened while Spike was taking care of the pets. Pretty much they had to go to the Crystal Empire, and they had to go for because they're hosting these great Grand Magic games, you know, not like Fairy Tales Grand Magic games, you get what I'm saying. Pretty much what happens is that they had to get like the inspector to inspect everything for them in order to actually host the games. But, you know, unfortunately, they kind of made a little bit of a big mistake there, because unfortunately they got the wrong person, and that person was actually the one that was actually treated better than the actual inspector, who pretty much treated like shit and had like the worst luck at the point in time. The next thing, I mean, for that episode alone, it was just simple, just one of those episodes where it's kind of alright. I mean, like, it's just basically what happened. It was just good. It was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie about that. It wasn't really so bad, because, you know, we had a lot of good funny moments here and there. Pinkie Pie, you know, of course, Fourth Wall Breaker being random. When it comes to character development, we didn't really see too much of it. When it comes to, character development-wise, we didn't really see, like, too much of it. But, other than that, I had a lot of complaints. I mean, well, okay, except that it was interesting. The only, no, correction, yes. The Magic Tournament, Grand Magic Games, I want to see this. Why couldn't that be the Season 3 finale? I would have liked it so much better, but they did the whole Alicorn thing, which I didn't hate it. It's just that, you know, what the fuck? Why can we see these Grand Magic games? That would have been shit. That would have been cool. I would have loved to see fucking ponies compete, doing all their things. That shit would have been so much better. Let's go. Then I would have loved that one. But no, we're not gonna go. Fuck. So what happens? Well, other than that, you know, they get the announcement and they can actually host the games and stuff like that. It was kind of a funny episode, but like, it was just an entertainment episode at best. Nothing too big or too special about it. Next, finally, the Season 3 finale. Oh, Lord mercy. Here we go. The Season 3 finale, Princess Twilight Sparkle. Okay. Now, for a 30-minute Season 3 finale, it was actually pretty good, but again, left to be some stuff would be explained, especially because everything was one word. Rushed. One word was just rushed. A lot of things were rushed into this Season 3 finale. I didn't hate it. I thought it was actually pretty damn good. And I thought it really left off on a very high note for the end of the season. I thought it was actually really good. But I really wish we could have seen more mysteries beyond these Alicorns. I really wish they could have explained that. And for some reason, Twilight being the chosen one, I thought it happened way too fast. Like, I thought this was going to take time. I thought this was going to happen, like, in the very last episode or something like that. Like, the very last episode, like, okay, like, a few more seasons later, or 3 more seasons later, bam, series finale, bam, Twilight becomes Princess, which is okay. That would have been nice to end off a series, but instead what happens is that pretty much they expanded for Season 4, that she just becomes Princess because, after finding the elements of, after using that spell that Celestia gave her, during that one night to change the element of harmony around, where everybody's cutie mark destinies were pretty much switched. Like, Rarity was... What do I keep hearing? It was like Rarities was fucking... Yeah, Rarities was Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy's was Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie was Applejack. And Applejack was Rarity. So... Wait, oh. So yeah, now besides that, now since that's all over with, so overall when it comes to season 3 as a whole, and what I think of season 3, I think that season 3, well, was actually pretty damn good. It just doesn't have the same amazing, outstanding moments, like a lot of crazy shit, like in the season 2, like season 2 did. So I would say, while it does have some pretty interesting things, it has some very interesting expeditions and stuff like that, I will say they could have done a lot better in explaining, development and stuff like that. Now we know that Twilight has a new ability, which she is now Princess Alicorn of Equestria. Thank you, Faust. Now let's get on with the real shit. Let's get on with the fucking alicorns. Let's get on with the mystery of the elements of harmony and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's get to the important shit that we care about, not the stuff that we don't care about. So, yeah. So, obviously. So, other than that, yeah. Now, when it comes to the season as a whole, it was actually a pretty good season. I mean, not like the best season, I would say, out of like season 2, but it was still a pretty damn good season. So if I were to give it like a final score, totaling all the episodes all together, my overall thoughts, my overall rating, to be fair, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. This season 3 gets an 8 out of 10 for me. It gets an 8 out of 10, and it off like with a really good note, so I can't really complain. If it wasn't for the really high note, I would have given it a little lower of a score, which would be a shame, but overall, season 3, when it comes to that, especially with some really high points and some very low ones there, I would give it a balanced score between an 8 out of 10. I think an 8 out of 10 definitely is a decent score. I would definitely give it as a more balanced pace score. For me, it'll be like an 8 out of 10. Nothing too really, really high. So an 8 out of 10 seems evenly fair. So that's pretty much my overview of My Little Pony Franchise Magic Season 3. A pretty good season. I mean, just a good season, but not like one of the best seasons, I would say. Not like my most favorite, even though there were like a lot of some really good episodes and some that were just kind of decent to okay. Then there's meh, then fuck and shit like that. So I'm done. Finally, it's finally out. My season 3 overview. And what do you guys think of season 3? Did you guys think it was a good season? Did you guys think it was a bad season? Was it your favorite season? Was it your least favorite season? Blah blah blah. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below if you can, because this new comment section really fucking sucks now. But other than that, yeah, that is technically it. This was fucking a long shot, but I'm done. So, Straw Hat Ninja 89, over now. See you on the bounce. Peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you're reading, what you watch. And bronies, brony bro hoof. And see you all in the season 4 stuff. For all you bronies and non-bronies or whoever likes the show. See you all in my season 4 reviews. And also, if it's possible, I might do a live reaction to the season 4 first 2 episodes. So, and then the rest of it is just going to be full-fledged reviews. So stick around for that. Other than that, I'm signing out, and more videos coming out in the future. So, yeah, see ya.